All right, today in the channel, a collaboration bag between Carryology and MATADOR. This is the EDX Lite. It's the second edition of this bag. Did a review of the first one. I'll put the link up here if you want to go back and watch what the original one was like. This one is a lot different, but it's also largely the same. So in this video, we're going to talk about what it is, what's different from the original, what I like, what I don't like, and some alternatives. So let's get to the EDX Lite from MATADOR and Carryology. So I've had this thing since it came out, a week or two. They didn't send this to me. I went and picked this up because I really did like the original, but the original had some things that I just didn't like for a day-to-day use case, and I really wasn't using it. So I released it to somebody else. Now this is the second edition, so I picked it up just to see if this one was better for me personally in my day-to-day travels, because I travel a lot. And I like to have a packable backpack to use when I get to my destination. Something to rip out of the bigger bag, pack up with the stuff for the day, and go explore the city or outdoors, wherever I happen to be. And this one is, like I said, a little different, but largely the same. So what is it? This is the EDX Lite. It is a 22-liter backpack designed to be packable, made out of a VX07 X-Pack, which is very lightweight and durable. And then it's got a 70D ripstop. Now this one is a special blend. It has this ultra high molecular, I knew I was gonna mess this up. Ultra high molecular weight polyethylene that you see in a lot of things. It is, in theory, the strongest material on Earth. So this material, although very lightweight, is just apparently very hard to even work with and cut, so it's going to be very indestructible for you. So besides that, this bag has one top opening, has two bottle pockets, a front pocket, and an external access point for the main compartment, much like the top. So you can really access the main compartment in two different ways. Now, what's really cool about this is this version has removed a lot of the layers of material to make it more packable. More about that in a little bit. But they've added some bigger side handles. They kind of double as side handles and luggage pass-through if you're going to use this that way. And then because they don't have the pass-through that was on the original back panel, they include this bright orange Akiko, or it's basically a special pattern that you'll see on a lot of the Carryology items. I do really like this pattern. I like it in orange. I think it looks pretty cool on the back, because if on your back you don't see the orange, you take it off, you see the orange, and maybe sometimes you see a little bit of a corner of it, but I do like that. Some people don't like that orange, and that's fine. That's your personal preference. Otherwise, it's this VX07 everywhere else except for this ripstop material. Now, the shoulder straps are, you know, they have that same ripstop, and they have a very nice foam internal piece that is just thick enough to make it a little bit more comfortable, but not thick enough where it makes it less packable. No waist belt, but very nice adjustable sternum strap included. Again, top handles everywhere, and side handles. That's pretty much it. Oh, they have these like little side little areas too, which is, you know, nice little bit of style. Nice little loops on the bottle pockets and magnets. So when you pull this thing out, you can use the bottle pocket. Fits everything, including an 18-ounce Yeti. And then when you're not using it, the magnets just kind of keep that thing nice and tight, which is a really standout feature for me. I really like the fact that when you're not using the bottle pockets, they hold in, and when you are, they're out. Now internally, we have one top access, like I've already talked about, and we have a side access, which is nice because if you put stuff in there and you stack it top to bottom, and you really want to get something out of the bottom without taking everything out, you can unzip it on the side, reach down, get something out, and go about your daily business. So it's pretty cool, right? There is an internal, I'll just take out these hoodies that I had for packing. They have an internal way to carry a laptop. And of course, we'll just lay it down to show you. There's the Carryology MATADOR, EDX Lite, 22 liters, custom X-Pack, tells you what's in it. Has a nice little laptop area. So if you're gonna go out with your laptop, cool. I don't think I'd use it. You could also use it as a bladder place there, but there's really no exit point for your bladder. They do have a loop panel on the inside, which is super cool, and they include this patch, which I think was a really nice touch. I really like the patch, and I really liked, and I didn't, haven't seen this from any other collaboration bag. They included this card, which I think is really nice, and it is pretty cool. Little comic of, Taylor Weldon, exploring the underworld, which is, I think, a nice little fun touch to this. So there you go. Now, bright orange on the inside, Carryology standard. Inside the bag is cool. AquaGuard zippers everywhere to make it essentially waterproof. And I was on my trip really hoping for some rain. I didn't get it, so I didn't really test out the waterproofness of this, but everything is seam sealed and AquaGuard zippers. I have no doubt this thing is completely waterproof. Now, aside from these little loops we have this front pocket, which is nice. What did I put in here? Little thing I'll talk about in a second. But the ripstop front pocket is cool. I like that. I like to have additional storage options for me on the go, because as I go out, I'll have water, I'll have some snacks, and I'll have some packable layers, maybe a camera cube. And so this fits it all internally, keeps it all waterproof, or not waterproof. I mean, nothing is really waterproof in this world. This is very water resistant with the AquaGuard zippers and the seam seals. They have nice little strap keepers on the lower part of the bag. And, so that's just a nice little feature. You kind of dial this in, and then you don't have these straps flapping around. So that's pretty cool, right? Does not stand natively. So you can kind of see this has a curved bottom. So if packability or standability is your number one concern, this one won't do it. Now I just have some hoodies in there, so it's gonna stand pretty nicely. But if it's packed up with hard packing cubes, that kind of thing, it's gonna struggle to stand up. Anyway, what's included in the bag? Well, they included some orange zipper pulls. So if the black wasn't you, they included the orange. And they include this very nice mesh bag to fold it up, nice little MATADOR Carryology logo on there, to travel with it. Now, if that was the way you wanted to pack it up, then that's cool. But for me, when you take everything out of this bag, it sits very flat and it's very foldable. That's like one of the pros that I'll talk about here in a second, but it's very foldable. So for me, on a suitcase scenario, I just like to maybe fold it in half and put it in there because it's very thin. When you ball things up, it has some wasted space in there. So I don't plan to use the packing bag, but if you were somebody that wanted space for all your cubes, then maybe the bag is the way for you. You decide if you have this bag. It is a limited edition thing, so you'd have to get it off the secondary market if you didn't get it during the drop. But don't worry, I have some other options for you if you keep watching. Anyway, that's the EDX Lite. What's different between this and the original? The main difference, there's two really. One is this one's way more packable because they remove different layers of stuff on the inside, so that you can it's way easier to fold in my estimation. And so I like that. I like the packability of it. The other main difference is this ripstop material that they replaced. Originally it was this black VX07 everywhere, and now they have this ripstop material, which is way lighter feeling. Overall, this bag is a whole 2 ounces lighter, so 15 ounces versus 13 ounces, so not a ton of savings in overall weight of the bag, but in terms of packability, it is way more packable in my experience. So, but if you don't like the look of this ripstop and you like the black all over, all black, then the original is a little bit better. looking bag in my opinion. I just don't necessarily like this ripstop look, but that's personal preference. You might love it. And honestly, I do like this piece compared to this piece. I do really like the orange on the back. Me personally, I love that pop. So that's what's different. Also the loop panel on the inside. And another thing that's different is the original had an internal zip pocket on the back panel. So those are the main differences. What do you like? What do you don't like? What do I like? Well, I love the packability of this one. It's way more packable than the original. That's cool. I do love the back panel. I do love that a lot. What don't I like? I don't like, and me personally, I don't necessarily love that. If it was all black, it'd be a different story, but I just, and it does add some contrast, and it is this hatched, like the ripstop look is a very Matador type thing. But really what it comes down to, what don't I like the most? And it's kind of the same thing I didn't like about the original, and that's the volume decision. At 22 liters, it is way over sized for a packable backpack. Now, if you just wanted a super lightweight everyday carry bag, this might be it because it has layers for places to put stuff. Limited, in my opinion, if you were going to use it that way. There's other better bags in that category, but just super lightweight, go about and be stylish. This one is a strong contender. But for me, you know, if I were to redesign the third iteration of this bag, I would make it 15 liters. And that would probably be where I would start, because most of my favorite packable bags are in that 15 liter category. So that brings me to alternatives. If you didn't get this one, again, you can try to get it on the secondary market. They're available. People would try them out and maybe not like it and release them to the wild. So you can definitely acquire this if that was your winner. But for me, some other things I would consider. First off, from Matador, we'll just stick with that. This is the FreeFly 16. I did a video on this one. I did it from the road, so you can check that out over here. A full feature breakdown, but at 16 liters, here we are a little side by side, better for me on a day-to-day. And so I went out, here's some photos comparing both the 22 and the 16 liter side by side. You can see the difference. Now, this is a very super lightweight bag, not made out of VX07, AquaGuard seam sealed, very good, and also equally as packable. The shoulder straps are more meshy, no padding, but then again, when you're at 15 liters, just packed for the day, might be perfect. Side water bottle holders, no magnets, but they're stretchy so that they kind of just melt into the side of the bag. Over here, we have compression straps and attachment loops. So if you're going hiking and you wanted to put, you know, some trekking poles in there, you have the ability to do that natively with this bag. Two main compartments, one on the top like we have over here, and then a top loading front pocket as well. And the internal part is just an open dump pocket area. We have this again, very similar material, ripstop looking on the bottom, and you know, some attachment loops, that kind of stuff. So for me, it's 16 liters, and the packability of this one, because it doesn't have the VX07, it is more packable, very lightweight. And to me, this is my, if I'm going packable, a lot of times I've been bringing the FreeFly 16. So we have 22, we have 16 liters right in front of us. Some other great options, and this one is still available at Huckberry. They had a limited number of these. What is this? This is a running backpack, and I have run with this. There's, you know, sweat marks on it. This is made out of Dyneema. This is really ridiculously awesome. Built, handmade in London. Samoro is the name. It's the Future Master Craftsman, and we have internal zip pocket, or an internal zip, I'm sorry, one main compartment with AquaGuard, and it is Dyneema. We have an external stretchy pocket. We have a back panel that has also a stretchy pocket, and we have these compression straps to hold it together, or I've actually put my trekking poles in there before. So, and the bonus is on the shoulder straps, and this is where most of the genius is on this one, is we have bottom zips, pockets, stretchy area to put more stuff, gels, cameras, that kind of thing. We have water bottle areas, more camera stuff, just super cool areas that I just really do love. In fact, I didn't even notice this at first, this little area up top. Either way, this thing is just an amazing pack. And again, they made a few of these he made a few of these for Huckberry, and they're still available. Mostly because they're pretty pricey when you got the Huckberry edition. I actually reached out to him and had a slightly different one. White Dyneema, all the same features of the one that's still available at Huckberry, but mine added some Dyneema stretch side pockets. So I plan on using this one a lot more this summer and probably doing a standalone video on this one, but this was a custom made bag that I absolutely love. So this one's about 12 liters-ish, so smaller, but also very packable. And so I love that, plus this Dyneema, it's indestructible. Got another video coming soon, and this is the Mystery Ranch Galligator. They make 4 different sizes of the Galligator from 15 to 20, I'm sorry, a 10, a 15, a 20, and a 25 liter. All different features, same general concept, but slightly different. So we're doing a Galligator video coming real soon. But one thing that occurred to me when I had this out of the box is this is a fantastically packable bag as well, because it's lightweight, no frame sheet, nothing that really impedes you from folding it in half, putting it in a bag. And it is really feature rich. Now there's what makes the Galligator series stand out from others is they have almost very close to the Samoro, but a more simple version with just 2 drop-in stretchy pockets. Now this is, in terms of harness systems, more like the Bridger series that you'll see from Mystery Ranch. So that's another, I just love the comfort of having 2 straps. It fits more like a vest. And it's super comfortable. Again, just another option for you, thrown out there. Link in the description if you want to see more about this Galligator 15 before I put the video out. Again, there's a 10 liter version, there's a 20. I mean, it's just super cool, right? So there you go. More 15 liter options compared to 22. Lastly, we go GoRuck. And to be honest, before I really had any of these, I would use the Bullet Ruck as my packable bag. And the original 15 liter bullets have no frame sheet in them. They're just nice, and it makes them way more packable. Now there's more material, it's a little thicker, the shoulder straps are way thicker and comfortable, but the Bullet Ruck is packable if you wanted to go that route. And that's including the wax canvas editions, or the straight up, other one was 500D. Now they do have some ripstop editions of the Bullet Ruck, and this is a 14 liter. What size is this one? Yeah, this is a 14 liter Robic Bullet. Now the annoying thing is, well, it's not annoying if you wanted this feature, is this has got the frame sheet. So in terms of packability, it is packable, but you have a rigid layer in there, so that degrades its packability. But if GoRuck were to make a 14, I guess it would be technically a 13 liter because it didn't have the frame sheet, but if they made a 12 to 13 liter Bullet without a frame sheet, out of Robic, it would be a standout packable bag. The shoulder straps, I think that's where you would make a compromise. So you'd like the thicker, more padded straps, but yet it still retains all of its packability. So that's hopefully something they're thinking about, because I think that would be a real winner. So that's packable backpacks. Highly recommend you check out the Mystery Ranch and the Freefly 16. Those are 2 standouts in the easily found, more affordable options from 2 great brands that will stand by their products. AquaGuard zippers over here, nothing AquaGuard on the Galligator, but then again, you get the strap, you put water bottles in there. Again, when I do the full rundown of this series, you'll see more about that. But the Freefly is really good. Most packable, I would say, in this entire category, even compared to the EDX Lite. strong contender just for features, and if you like the mystery rain styling, then consider this one. And again, the MATADOR EDX Carryology, super cool. Lots of, I would say, very premium features, and it is a cool bag. Will I keep it? Not really sure. I do love the orange, but will I pack and travel with this thing? I don't know. I mean, I did travel with it. I plan to do some more traveling this summer, but which one of these will make the cut and travel with me more, we'll just have to see. So if you like this video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel. Lots coming out on a frequency that is more conducive to my summertime plans, which is continuing to be very hectic. Hopefully your summer is going well. If you like this video, again, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, sign up for alerts, because you just never know when these videos are going to come out these days. So with that, get outside, enjoy the weather. It's very, very humid here, but we're still going to get outside because it's better outside than inside. See ya. The battery died. Check the battery next time.